Hello everyone, and welcome to the 11th video in the series of human consciousness in the context of Indian knowledge systems and modern sciences, titled Factors of Human Consciousness, Part 2. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Have you ever caught yourself wondering why you possess certain unexplainable talents? Or maybe why you keep running into the exact same challenges in life over and over again? Well, today, we are going to unpack the invisible web of forces that shape exactly who we are, why we're here, and where our awareness is ultimately heading. If you've been following along with this series, you know we've been systematically breaking down some incredibly profound concepts about reality. Now we're drawing directly from ancient Indian philosophical treatises to explore the actual architecture of your mind. Let's get right into it.
Okay, to start off, we really need to fundamentally shift how we define our own minds. In the West, we tend to think of consciousness as a biological light switch, right? It's either on or off, and it's basically a fixed state you're stuck with from birth until death. But in the Indian philosophical context, it is an entirely different story. Consciousness is absolutely not a static entity. Instead, it's this incredibly dynamic, constantly evolving awareness. Think of it as an eternal traveler on a profoundly deep journey through existence. This traveler is continuously being shaped, molded, and refined by literally every single action you take, every experience you have, and every choice you make. And here's where it gets incredibly vast. This isn't just happening in your current lifetime. It spans across multiple lifetimes. The consciousness you're experiencing reality through right at this exact second, it's a living, breathing tapestry woven from countless decisions made over vast stretches of time. So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to frame these ancient concepts as one magnificent cycle of personal evolution. First, we'll explore the cycle of samsara. Then we'll dive into the interplay between karma, destiny, and free will. After that, we'll look at dharma and lifestyle choices, uncover the hidden purpose of your lifespan, and finally bring it all together with evolving human consciousness. All right, let's jump straight into our foundation with Section 1, the cycle of samsara. So when we talk about samsara, which involves cumulative karmic actions, specific birth circumstances, the accumulation of knowledge and rebirth, we're looking at a highly specific, purposeful sequence. According to Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, your birth circumstances are not just a random roll of the dice. It all begins with your cumulative karmic actions from previous lives. Think of it kind of like a cosmic credit score. Those past actions directly dictate the specific circumstances of your birth today. The family you're born into, your socioeconomic status, your physical environment, these act as your new starting coordinates. They're uniquely tailored just for you. For instance, a past action of intense generosity might mean you start this life surrounded by abundant resources. From there, you move into the accumulation of knowledge, where your soul actually learns and evolves to the distinct experiences of this brand new life. And finally, rebirth. You aren't starting over from scratch, you're basically picking up right where you left off, ready for the next level. Now, this sequence isn't meant to be a trap. As we see referenced in the Bhagavad Gita, verse 417, it's actually deeply motivational. The cyclical nature of existence is literally designed to motivate individuals to pursue growth and comprehension in order to emerge from samsara. We aren't just spinning in circles in some cosmic hamster wheel to suffer endlessly. The friction of life, the inevitable ups and downs of these repeating cycles, they are specifically there to push us. The universe is practically begging us to learn the lesson. The ultimate goal isn't just to get better at playing the game, the goal is to outgrow the cycle itself and completely emerge from samsara. To understand how this works day to day, we need to talk about samskaras. We all enter this cycle carrying invisible luggage. Samskaras are past life impressions, latent tendencies, and deep memories that influence our current behaviors, reactions, and emotional responses. Have you ever wondered why you have an irrational fear of water? Or maybe an unexplainable innate talent for playing an instrument, or a sudden, intense emotional reaction to a completely mundane situation? Well, Indian philosophy explains this precisely through samskaras. They sit right beneath the surface of your awareness, essentially pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Recognizing these impressions is a total game changer. When you understand that a massive emotional trigger might actually be an echo from a past life rather than an objective truth about your current reality, you gain incredible self-awareness. It gives you the clarity you need to actually heal and move forward. Moving right along, let's examine the rules of this earthly experience in Section 2, karma, destiny, and free will. This cause and effect chain is absolutely fundamental to understanding your own personal power. It starts with karma, which literally translates to the actions you are undertaking right now.
These actions naturally blossom into karma phala, the direct fruits or results of what you've done. Those fruits then manifest into the actual physical life events and experiences you encounter every single day. But here is the most crucial part. Those life events directly lead to either the expansion or the restriction of your consciousness. It's that simple. When you take positive aligned actions, you foster a clearer, wider awareness. You literally open your mind up. But when you take negative, harmful actions, you obstruct and restrict your own awareness. Every single action you take is quite literally sculpting your current level of consciousness.
This brings us to a beautiful balance between determinism and free will, which is deeply explored by Saraswati 75. We often think of destiny and free will as total opposites, right? But here, they work together. Destiny, or prarabdha karma, represents the previous actions that have set up your current circumstances. It's the specific patch of soil where your tree was planted. It's the playing field you were handed. But free will? That's your ability to act right now and create brand new karma. You might not have chosen the soil, but you completely choose which direction your branches grow today. Your past actions set your starting coordinates, for sure, but your conscious decisions in this exact moment determine exactly where you go next. It's incredibly empowering.
So, with this understanding of karma, how do we actually navigate our daily lives? Let's explore that in Section 3, Dharma and Lifestyle Choices. The teachings of Shivananda 92 show us that our everyday lifestyle choices are our ultimate steering wheel on this journey. On one hand, we have living by dharma, which means fulfilling your moral and ethical obligations, leading to harmony with universal principles. When you do this, it brings peace and crystal clear clarity. On the exact opposite side, we have a lifestyle motivated purely by worldly desires. When your daily life is driven by attachments, constantly chasing material wealth, status, or superficial pleasures, it results in obscured awareness, deep ignorance, and ultimately suffering. It's like throwing mud on the windshield of your mind. You get so caught up in the temporary stress of acquiring things that you lose sight of the eternal reality. Your lifestyle habits are the literal filter through which your consciousness either clears up or becomes incredibly clouded. Dharma isn't just an arbitrary set of societal rules meant to keep people in line. As outlined by Shivananda 45, the impacts of Dharma are absolutely vital. It fosters harmony with yourself and society, leads directly to self-realization, improves your overall consciousness, and, crucially, prevents a detrimental loss of connection to the real self. What does that loss of connection actually feel like? Well, it looks like modern anxiety, a feeling of deep emptiness, or waking up one day and realizing you've been living someone else's life. Neglecting your internal moral compass leads to severe mental fog. Dharma is your anchor. It's what keeps the signal to your higher self strong, clear, and completely uninterrupted, no matter how chaotic the world gets. This brings us to a really fascinating paradox regarding the actual time we spend here. Let's look at Section 4, the purpose of your lifespan. We normally just assume that a long life is a good outcome, and a short life is a tragic one, right? But the Bhagavad Gita 13:27 reveals a profound duality. Indian philosophy looks at lifespan not as a reward or a punishment, but as a highly specific tool perfectly tailored by your karma for your exact evolutionary needs. Think of it like a race. A longer lifespan offers a greater number of opportunities for gradual spiritual development and learning. It's like taking the marathon route to enlightenment, giving you time to slowly absorb lessons over decades. On the flip side, a shorter lifespan facilitates intense experiences that can rapidly expedite an individual's spiritual evolution. It's a sprint, the soul needed to learn a massive, intense lesson in a short burst of time. Whether your life is a long marathon or a brief, intense sprint, its length is perfectly calibrated by the universe to advance your consciousness exactly as needed. Let's see how all these distinct parts build to our ultimate destination in our final section, evolving human consciousness. None of these factors exist in isolation. Together, they form a master evolutionary blueprint for the human soul. Our consciousness is continuously shaped by the grand cycle of birth and rebirth. That's the classroom. Within that classroom, our life choices and our commitment to Dharma dictate our internal harmony. The undeniable laws of karma and karma phala are the physics of this universe, enforcing total personal responsibility. And those deep-seated samskaras, our past life impressions, they can absolutely be transformed for clarity. All of these interconnected factors weave together seamlessly to push your consciousness toward one ultimate, magnificent goal, your complete spiritual evolution and absolute liberation from the cycles of death and rebirth. It's an incredibly hopeful framework.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a profound question to chew on. Based on everything we've talked about today, how will your actions today shape your consciousness tomorrow? Take a second and really think about that. You are a dynamic, evolving awareness. Every single choice you make the moment this explainer ends is actively writing the blueprint for your spiritual future. And finally, to help us continue bringing these deep insights to you, please take a moment to support the channel. Like this explainer, comment your thoughts, especially your answers to that final question, share this with your fellow learners, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.